For the past 6 years of owning an FRS BRZ 86, I've never faced any serious issues with this car or this platform. Today, that changes. So the other day I went ahead and I took this car out for a short little drive. Now on this drive, I noticed that something just didn't feel right. The car didn't feel like itself. And there was definitely something that was wrong. So I looked into it a little bit more and I started realizing that the car is actually misfiring. Now I'm not too panicked because this could be something very small and cheap, but also knowing the history of this car, it could be something very big and expensive. Okay, so this right here is the engine bay. I think the smartest thing to start with is the spark plugs, because having bad spark plugs can cause a misfire. Now, because I don't know the previous history of this car, I don't know if they've ever been changed. This car is at 100,000-ish kilometers. I think it's just a little bit more, and the spark plugs should have been done quite some time ago. I don't know if the spark plugs in this car are the same ones from factory. So let's start with there and let's hope that that is the issue and that solves the misfire. The only issue is, if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing right here, the spark plugs on this FA20 are somewhere down here. Bruh. And as you guys can see, I have pretty small hands, but as you guys can see,
are you serious right
there's
now, bro?
Barely room to get to the passenger side spark plugs. The driver side spark plugs, it's a lot harder. I'm definitely thinking we're gonna need to remove this fuel rail right over here and then somehow be able to access the spark plugs down there. Okay, so the tools that are going to be needed in order to pull this off, we have a ratchet right over here with a 10mm socket. I also have another configuration, so like another 10mm. Also have a magnet. Now I have a small magnet, but I think this is enough to do the trick. I'm hoping it is, and if it isn't, you guys will find out. We also have a 14mm right over here. We also have a 12mm, and then we also have a small little extension right over here. Now, if this extension doesn't work, I also picked up a swivel tool. I'll let you know if this works or not, but pretty much you can make it into almost a 90-degree angle, and hopefully that helps. Also, we have a 10-inch extension. I just heard that we're gonna need this as well. And of course, we have the spark plugs. Now I went with OEM spark plugs. I don't need anything too crazy. Again, we're not making a lot of power on this or anything like that yet. But these spark plugs right over here, this is the part number. So if you guys are picking some up, just pick up these right over here. Again, I got them from Toyota or Lexus. I think it's the same thing if you get it from Subaru. No. Bruh. So we went ahead and removed this bolt already. There is one more bolt, I believe, back here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right over here, we have to remove this as well. And I'm gonna need a longer extension. So for the one in the back, I'm using a 10-inch extension. The one in the front, you can really get by using anything. There we go. And now that those two bolts are out, this should literally, yeah, a lot easier. Should just come off.
2,000 years later.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and remove this whole entire strut bar and also this one right over here so we can go ahead and pull this fuel rail cover off. I think all the bolts are out. There you go. Okay, so we went ahead and finally got the fuel cover off, and this is kind of how it looks. Now, taking this fuel cover off took me forever. As you guys can see, some of the lines and stuff are not straight. So it just wasn't coming out. It was getting stuck on this line right over here. So what I did to kind of fix that is I went ahead and removed this whole entire piece. So at the end, we're gonna have to reinstall this. But once I did that, it kind of gives you more room to go ahead and move these. And I think it's gonna make accessing the spark plugs a lot easier. Now it's time for the fun part, which is undoing those bolts down there and getting to the actual plug. Just like that, ignition coil number 2 is finally out. This one is a lot harder because there's a lot less space than the first one, but here you go. And then the connector right over here.
This one also seems pretty good from the first looks of it. It is now day 2 of this whole entire spark plug replacement install, whatever you want to call it. Now, last night I ended up giving up because genuinely it was so hard to do. My hands started hurting. And this is genuinely one of the hardest installs I've ever done. If you guys have bigger hands or like bigger forearms, it's not going to work. I have small hands, small forearms, so it's a little bit easier for me. Now, I don't know if it's just harder for me because this car was in an accident and the frame, everything was bent and messed up and we had to straighten it out. I don't know if that's causing it. I don't think that is, but that could be a reason why it's a lot harder for me. Now, we did end up pulling one spark plug. So right over here is a spark plug that we pulled. As you guys can see, it definitely needed changing. This is probably the same one from factory. I think right here, it's Denso, yep, and Toyota loves to use Denso as their OEM parts. So yes, this is definitely one of them from factory. But one thing that helped a lot was this tool right over here. Now, a friend of mine who's done this before went ahead and gave me this to use. So this right here is like a swivel socket, and then it's a spark plug socket. If you guys are doing this job, go ahead and buy this off Amazon or buy this wherever, because this genuinely has saved me. He also went ahead and gave us this magnet to use. Now, the magnet that I was using was a lot smaller, and this is like a lot bigger and a lot heavier and stronger. So that is something that you're also going to need. I tried using this one right over here, but as you guys can see, it doesn't really bend. So it was very hard, and it's a very small magnet. Now, again, huge shout out to him, because without this piece and the magnet right over there, I would have been completely stuck. I was genuinely contemplating lifting the car up and then undoing the motor mounts and lifting one side and then doing it that way. That was really going to be my next move, but that socket right over there kind of went ahead and saved me. Now there's 3 plugs left to go ahead and pull out, so let's go ahead and finish this job up. And that is, oh my god, and that is spark plug number 2. This is the spark plug that we're using, and to put it back in the car, we're just pretty much doing what we just did, but reversing the process. So first things first, spark plug is going to go out of this and into the hole. Okay, so passenger side is supposed to be easier. There's just this ECU in the way, so I have to go ahead and unbolt it from here, and there should be one more bolt, I think, underneath here. Once this is out of the way, I can lift this up, put it to the side, and we should have a little bit more space than we did on that side. Put this to the side. Should just move out of our way, just like that. Hopefully that's good. Now we can see the 2 ignition coils, so right here, 1 and 2, and we have a little bit more space, still not a lot, but a little bit more space than we did on the other side.
Now on camera, this install seems to be very easy. I can promise you it is not. Now, this is genuinely hours and hours of work, but with the tools that I initially started with, this was a 9 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. Once I got that swivel socket, it went down to like a 4 out of 10, and it became a lot easier. It's just the fact that there's such a little space, and your hands are going to start hurting after a while, and if one thing goes wrong, it delays literally everything. But now it's time to go ahead and see if this solved the misfire, and if it did, I'm going to be happy. If it didn't, you guys are going to witness me crashing out.
It is so hot outside. It was just 30 degrees. It's now like 28. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but I am sweating like crazy. But moment of truth, did we fix the misfire or did we cause more issues? 3, 2, 1. So far, no misfire, no check engine light. I don't hear anything strange. So it seems Like, it is a success. Finally, the misfire is completely gone. Now, the reason was definitely spark plugs. The spark plugs on this car were super old and it needed to be changed anyways. So I'm happy that we went ahead and got that done. Now, I don't want to ever go through that process ever again because of how annoying and tough it was. But if you guys have made it this far into today's video, make sure to hit this video with a like. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, scroll down below and help us get to 5,000 subscribers. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.